It's all about economy. Hello, fellow vapors, Vaping Newbie here, and today it's quite a treat. We're going to be looking at two things. First, a juice um, that I recently tried for the first time, I ordered, and a new mod that I got from the same company. So please stick around. We're starting out with talking about an Ejuice that I got from a company that's part of what I call my trusted rotation, 5, 6, 7 vendors that I order online from on a regular basis. Specifically in the winter, I don't like to go out. I hate winter driving, just hate it. So the practicality of ordering it and just letting that come to me and putting my faith in Canada Post. Uh, Economy Ecigs is one of those vendors. And recently I placed an order. And their web page, the link to their web page and their Facebook page down below. And folks, just don't like their Facebook page. Make sure you're following it because it could be beneficial. I'm not going to say anything more than that. You never know what can happen. So having said that, I went on and I chose some juices because I've sort of become rudimentary in my e-juices. I'm ordering the same ones all the time. And so I ordered two juices that I like, Money Shot and Heartbreaker from their Rude Boy juice line. They have Potion Wizard, Rude Boy, Diamond Dust, and then something I've never seen, Deep Freeze. I have to guess. I'm not Columbo, but it's probably all like minty juices. And I'm not a big minty juice fan, so probably haven't looked at those. But then this one stuck out at me, and it is called Just Fried. And it is, come on, there we go, deep fried ice cream. Folks, these it's listed as max VG, so I'm not sure of the level, so I'm guessing 70-80% VG, maybe 90. And it is 1.5 milligrams of nicotine. When you place your order with them, you're going to see it goes from 0 to 3, and then beyond that, I believe 6 and 12. If you want something between the 0 and 3, choose 0, put in the notes, and I bet they can hook you up. Before we start, taste is subjective. What you like, I might not. What I like, you might not. So we always keep that in mind. We're talking about, again, what's called Just Fried. And I'm using it in my RDA. It's got a dual coil build, about 57 ohms, I'm sorry, 57 ohms, and I'm vaping it at 61 watts. Kind of high, but it's there and I don't feel like unlocking it. So, brand new wicks, brand new coils, brand new e-juice for me. E-juice is always better with steeping, but I have the patience of a 5-year-old, and even at that, it's an impatient 5-year-old. When the first couple of pulls I took down, I went, yeah, okay, it's all right. Didn't think much of it. But the more I vape it, the more I'm getting the flavor. Now, we're not talking about weeks later. We're talking about hours later. And now, days later. Um, it is a vanilla vape, but it's vanilla that knows somebody. There's something else in there, and I can't put my finger on it. And Wayne, who always gives credit to his wife Laura, is the juice master. I wouldn't want them to let the secret out. But there is something in there, and I can't put my finger on it. What it is, I've been trying to figure it out. Is it like a fruit? Is it like a nut? I don't know. But I can tell you, it is tasty and very mild throat hit, which pardon me, I particularly like because right now I have a cold, so I don't want any kind of bam hard throat hit. It is really tasty, and it's another one that you can go and say. And I've said it before in videos that I've done for Economy Ecigs. I've never had a juice that I didn't like. Now, not all our juices are going to be on my flavor palette. So if I've tried them, and I know at one time Wayne sent me some samples to try, they might not be my flavor palette, but they're good. Okay. The ones that are on my flavor palette, they just kept getting reordered, and I vary because I order 120 milliliter bottles. It's just economically efficient, and I don't have to order as often. So that is it. That's just fried from Economy Ecigs. It's a really nice juice. It's not an overpowering vanilla juice. There's something there. I can't figure out what it was. There's something there, and I'm really enjoying it. So Wayne and Laura, another great job. Stick around because we're going to talk about something new. Hope to see you there. Woohoo! A new mod we're going to be talking about, and it is the Captain X3, and it comes in several colors. It comes in black, white, purple, blue, green, which is what I have, and pink. So please stick around. We're going to drop down. We're going to take a look at the unboxing. We're going to take a look at screens, so on and so forth. So I hope you join me. So this is the front of the box of the Ijoy Captain X3 Triad 2700 mod. In this case, it is the green one. In the back, this area here, it's what is included in the box. And up here, it lists all the features. This side, it's just the warning. And this side is the scratch and sniff sticker here, as well as corporate information. So here we have the box. It does come plastic seal wrap. Slide that open, and there you go. You have the box. Lift that up, and there you go. You have the mod. Things falling all over my desk. As I mentioned at the beginning, it does all the colors that it came in, and I did choose the lime green. I've never had a green mod before, so I thought that'd be a bit different. You can see here that there's a battery, a 2700 battery, and we'll get to that in a second. The batteries that are included are Ijoy brand 40 amp 3000 mAh. You do get the warranty booklet as well as a multilingual instruction booklet. And then you lift up the separator here. And here you see in the box you get two more 2700 batteries. You get three battery converters or adapters, if you will, for some 18650s. So there's a good reason for that and a good reason to include it, and we'll get into that depth later. And of course, your a connector cord via USB. So we're going to be talking more in detail about why I feel this is a very good beginner's mod, or at least maybe not for a beginner vapor, but definitely for a next step mod. It's sort of reminiscent for me as looking at a next step. So we're going to go up top and talk more about the mod. Here you see a size comparison. I have it beside my Lost Vape Triad, the DNA 250, and it is slightly shorter. However, it's approximately the same size width-wise, but it is a wider mod. Both are three batteries, but again, the Ijoy will take the 2700s, where the DNA will only take the 18650s. Okay, so putting on the adapter is quite easy. Positive, slide it right in. There you go. Okay, flip it over to get the batteries in. You have the cover. You push it, it'll pop open, and there you go. You can actually see inside there that it does mention positive, negative. It is also mentioned on the lid. You can see positive up here, and each side there is negative. So we'll get some batteries in, take a look around, and give it a whirl. Okay, so let's take a closer look here. This is the screen side. We're going to be looking at that more in depth in a minute. Here you have your fire button, and up here is your up and down buttons, as well as the connection for your USB plug. It has some venting on each side. Battery venting right there. Ijoy on the box. On the back, and there is no venting on the door. It has a brass coated 510 connector, which it is spring loaded, and then I have a 24 millimeter RDA on it, and when I put it on, there is no overlap. So I would hazard that it probably can go 25 millimeter with no overhang on it. So let's delve more into that screen. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to be looking at is the screen. You press the fire button 5 times, and it will come up as X3, valve free, Ijoy. Not sure what all of that means. At the top, you see 5.77 volts, and that's what's needed to hit 58 watts on the current batteries with the build that I have. The W underneath the 58 is 58 watts. The W is 4 watts. I have it in power mode. Under that, and very hard to see, it says norm, so I'm in normal power mode, and we'll talk about that a bit later. The coil, which is the resistance of the build. The time, which is how long when you're taking a pull, how long that pull is for. So if I hold this button, you'll see 0.9 seconds. I've held the button down. There is a puff counter, which I'm not a big fan of, plus the strength of the 3 batteries. Now, I would much rather see no puff counter and then some way for them to tell me which battery is which on that. So a numeric system. So we know what battery, if it's not wearing down equally. Now, there is a sub-menu that I'm going to get to in a minute, but I've been trying to figure out a way to make it clear, and I'm having a very hard time. But let me take a shot. Okay, so here you have that sub-menu I was talking about, and the first button is power, so if you want it in wattage mode. Then you have a temperature control. Trust me, folks, there is a T there. You press that and you see your different types of preferred coil in temperature control, nickel, titanium, stainless steel, as well as memory choices, which you'll see in a minute. It's a bit annoying that it has to come in and out. The next one is actually something I find kind of funny. It's the screen reversal. It doesn't make any sense to me at all, but it is what it is. It's the way they built it, and we're going to be putting that back. A bit annoying also that you have to keep going in and out to get to it. You can't just go next. The following item is your choice of how you want to vape. You want to keep it at normal. You want to choose hard, and it's hard for me to say this because I'm giggling every time I do, but hard just means it's going to start powerful and then level off. Soft means it starts softly and then powers up, and then by pressing user, you just go right back to this screen where you can tailor it to your own requirements. As you can see, you overshoot it and you gotta start at the beginning. This is your TCR settings. So you have your memory 1, your memory 2, you set them, and you're out. Now you can see what I mean. Every time I want to go in, I have to hit it 3 times. Now it's your settings, so we're going to bring this up. You have a puff counter, and then I'll move it up. But you can see here, with a bit of focus help, that you have screen time. The first one, again, is too light. It's 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, and 120 seconds. And that's how long your screen will stay on for. It just takes 30. So again, we're going to go up top, talk a bit more about it. That was the ups and downs, if you will, of the screen. But I found it really clear, very bright, and easy to see. Okay, just some more further information about the screen. You can see on top of the wattage, it is the temperature, as well as down here it says TI for titanium. Now I'm not using it in temperature mode, but just to show you how it works. And to change the temperature, you press both the up and down button at the same time, you get that screen, and then you press down, and now you can manipulate the temperature. If you go up to 600, which is maximum, and press one more time up, it now switches to Celsius and goes to 300, I believe it's 300 degrees Celsius. We'll just take a look. And again, no round robin, 316 degrees Celsius. So that is the, that is the temperature control mode. And then for some reason, the way this works Now I'm putting it back to power mode, and now you see it's back to voltage. So it starts at 5 watts. I'm not going to drag it all the way down to 5, but it goes up to 324 watts, which is really unusual. Now you can see it's going in increments of 10 watts until you get to 324, and then it stops. So when you back down, it stays in that same, and the 4 sort of stays there until you get to about 99, and then it goes back to 1 watt increments. So it does work fairly easily. It's no big deal, but you have to get used to when you're in the temperature control mode that in order to change the temperature, after you press the up and down screen, you have to press the down button to change the temperature and not the wattage. Okay, so we're going to wrap this up, and we talked about 2 things. So the first one we're going to get out of the way real quick, and that's the juice. Really good juice, and it doesn't come as a surprise. Economy Ecigs has very good juice. So just fried, fantastic. I'm really enjoying it. Second now, the mod. The mod it's a good mod. It's a 3 battery mod, which is what I wanted. And it matches up well with my DNA 250 and about the same weight. And they're both big mods. They're 3 battery mods. Right now I have the 18650s in the battery condoms. There's no rattle. You don't hear anything. Nothing at all. No battery rattle, no button rattle. That does bother me. There is indeed a slight delay when you hit the button and the power kicks in. So that bothered me. Other than that, I find it's really good. It's not as big as you might think. I don't have big hands, and I'm easy to operate it. Like my DNI, I keep my pinky underneath it just to give it some weight. The door didn't, oh, I shouldn't do that. The door didn't spring open, which that was my biggest worry. Would the door screen open, or swing open? It did not thus far. Still early in the game. Long term, we don't know. Now, I mentioned about a next mod or next choice when you're vaping. Why I like the idea behind this, it does something that no other mod that I've ever bought does, and that is it includes the batteries. So I know I'm talking to newer vapors, and they're looking at different mods. If they don't have the built-in batteries, I have to explain to them that not only do they have to buy the batteries, they should buy a charger, because I don't generally charge my batteries in a mod. I charge them in an exterior charger. Having said that, also 4 years ago, I talked about what would be my next step, and I went from an Ego spinner to the MVP2, and the MVP2 was sort of all-inclusive. It came with the machine plus a cable, and a cable charges it. So I didn't have to run out and buy batteries and a charger. This sort of does the same thing. So you buy this at Economy Ecigs at $75, and it comes with 3 batteries. You put the batteries in, you plug it in, you charge it. You don't have to go out and buy a charger. It's better to have it, but you don't have to buy it right away. You also don't have to run out and buy batteries. It's like Christmas presents when you get toys and batteries are included, but they're not there, right? They're not included, and nobody thought to buy batteries. So that was always, it irked me. It irked me that I think more companies should do this. Now, again, they're not top-notch batteries, but it gets you started, and that's what I mean by next step. So overall, it's a nice mod. I can see how I'm going to be happy with it. I carry always a few mods from my workday. My main go-to, of course, is my DNA, which I always have my gripper on. My traveling one right now is a Revanger, which ironically also comes from Economy Ecigs. And I have a Clito 120 on it. Where does that come from? Guess what? Economy Ecigs, just ironic. And I can flip the Clito 120 over to this. It has the power with the 3 batteries. It's going to last me longer. Again, the fact that you have the dual possibilities, it comes with the 2700 batteries, but you can use the condoms to put in the 18650s. To me, it's kind of a win-win. I don't have an issue with that. I think it's a good overall deal. Again, $75 all in. All you need to do is get yourself a good tank. For me, I love the Clito 120, but that's mine, my opinion. And that's it. So the juice, fantastic. This machine, pretty damn good. Of course, like I said, time will tell. But right now, I'm enjoying it. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. You know, I love having you over. So please stay healthy and happy vaping. Take care, folks.